Let's now go over the starting lineups for the Ellsworth Bearcats. Under the direction of veteran head coach Ken Cravens, they will start Savannah Hellebust, a 5'6" junior. She's averaging just under 2 points and 2 rebounds a game. With her in the starting lineup will be Sydney Wilson, a 5'5" senior, averaging 4 points and 2.5 rebounds per contest. Wilson is the leading assist getter on this team at about 2 assists per game. Jade Talbot, a 5'6" junior in the starting lineup. She's second on the team in scoring with 7 points a game. She also grabs 5.5 rebounds and almost 2 assists per contest. Hannah Wilson, a 5'6" senior, averages 4 points a game and 3.5 rebounds. And Laken Tenbrink, a 6' junior, is the leading scorer and leading rebounder on this team. She also leads the team in steals, 13 points a game, 8 rebounds, and almost 3 steals per contest. That is your starting lineup for Ken Cravens and the 3-9 Ellsworth Lady Bearcats. For Southeast of Saline, they come into this game 7-4 overall. They're 2-3 in league play. They will start 5'5" junior Meredith Tilburg, averaging 6.5 points per game. She also grabs 2.5 rebounds and 2.5 assists per contest. With her in the backcourt will be Morgan Kniper, a 5'6" senior, averaging under 1.5 points per game, also 1.5 rebounds. The point guard is a freshman, 5'6" freshman Carson Slazner. Carson averages 11 points a game. She also leads the team in assists and steals, almost 3 assists per contest, 21 steals on the season. She'll also grab about 4.5 rebounds on average per contest. And inside, they've been playing so well over the past few games. It's Keely Orr, a 5'7" junior, 8 points per contest. She leads the team in rebounding at 9.5 rebounds per game. And Molly Chitty, a 5'10" senior, the lone senior in the starting lineup, along with Morgan Kniper. Those two are the 2 seniors in the lineup. Molly averaging just under 12 points a game. She's the leading scorer on this team and grabs 9 rebounds, nearly averaging a double-double per contest. And I think when you come out, Russ, this is a Southeast of Saline team. They're going to change directions on you defensively. They may start out in a man-to-man, but they may go to a zone. They'll go half-court trap, full-court press. You never know what you're going to see, and that could be a problem if Ellsworth can't handle the ball well.
Yeah, defense is going to be big coming out to start the game here. We'll see what Southeast comes out with on man-to-man or zone.
Of course, Laken Tenbrink, a concern inside, so I'm sure she will be grabbing the attention of Molly Chitty. Ellsworth does win the tip. They will be working off to the Southeast of Saline bench side as we get things going here at Southeast. Here's a three-pointer. Top of the key, it is up and it's good from Hannah Wilson. It's a 3 top of the key, and that'll get the scoring started here in this one. Now a full-court press from Ellsworth. Southeast breaks it easily. Morgan Kniper puts a shot up. That's no good, but there's old reliable, the senior, Molly Chitty on the backside, and she will pick it up and put it back in off the window. 3-2, both teams score on their first possessions of the night.
Big offensive rebound there down there by Molly. She had good position coming off the backside.
I've always said this about Molly Chitty, as Ellsworth will turn the basketball over. She does most of her scoring before she ever touches the ball, whether it's posting up or getting a rebound. Position to her. She knows how to get it. She knows where she should be, and she'll score points before even having the basketball in her hands. There's Carson Slazner now. She's going to get hammered up top of the circle. Reaching in with the first foul of the contest will be Jade Talbot, and that will be, as I said, the first foul on either squad as we are 53 seconds into this one. Southeast of Saline wearing their home white jerseys. They're trimmed in dark purple and black. Ellsworth wearing their road black jerseys trimmed in white and red. Here's Slazner, far corner off the lob pass. She'll let a three-pointer fly and she'll drain it. The freshman, Carson Slazner, gets a 3, and she has put Southeast of Saline up 5-3.
Good ball movement there on the zone on the inbounds, finding her wide open in the corner.
Now Ellsworth will try a tough shot off the left-hand side. That's going to be Tenbrink, and she will score her first basket of the game. Again, Ellsworth's leading scorer at about 13 points a contest. There's a steal now. We also talked about her leading the team in steals. She got her first one there. 5-5 is our score. 6:25 left to go, just underway here. It's an NCAA contest on the campus of Southeast of Saline. Now Tenbrink will travel with the basketball. It'll be turnover number 2 as each team with 2 miscues here in their early going.
Good defense there by Kelly, staying with her, not going for the ball fake, and got her to walk.
2-2-1 zone for Ellsworth. Slazner plays it over to the right-hand side. Meredith Tilburg. Tilburg lob pass into Keely Orr, and Orr cannot bring that basketball in. It goes off her fingertips, and it's the third turnover for Southeast. Now Ellsworth trying to get it inside to Tenbrink. They do. She traveled with the basketball. She dribbled, then dribbled again. Shot up, bothered by Molly Chitty. Now Chitty will collect the ricochet off the rim. Here comes Slazner. Working to the right-hand side with a dribble. She's going to cut underneath the defender. Now come back out up top to Morgan Kniper. Two teams kind of hitting a little bit of a wall here as the pace has slowed down with Southeast patiently working through offense. Now Keely Orr will pull up from the free throw line. That one's off the backboard hard, no good. And Lakin Tenbrink with the rebound in the middle of the paint. Southeast of Saline in a man-to-man defense. Ellsworth will play it off to the left wing. Now back up top. Lob pass down low intended for Tenbrink. That time she was guarded by Keely Orr, and that will go out of bounds. So these two teams, Russ, splitting 6 turnovers right down the middle.
Yeah, a little sloppy here after a good, first couple possessions. Southeast trying to get the high load. That high post shot looks to be there every time. See if they can knock it down.
Here's Meredith Tilburg now, got caught in a trap off the press, tried to throw it away, but Carson Slazner there to bail her out. Now back to Tilburg. Meredith all the way to the cup. She'll scoop and score. Meredith Tilburg with her first basket of the game. Southeast of Saline up by 2, 7-5 as we approach the halfway mark of the first quarter. 4:53 left to go here in the opening period. Now Ellsworth's going to throw it away again over to the far corner. 7 turnovers already in this first quarter. Ellsworth accounting for 4. And now our first substitutions of the game will happen with a 30-second timeout by Ellsworth. We'll get you up to date on the substitutions when we come back. It's a 30-second timeout taken by the Bearcats. Southeast leads it by 2 here on KINA.
Express Employment Professionals wants to make the interview process easy with their interview hotline. No matter where you are or what you're doing, you can start your interview process. Just give us a call on the hotline and we'll interview you right then and there. Call 825-4545. Anytime, anywhere interviews, 825-4545. The interview hotline at Express. Anytime, anywhere.
Express yourself today.
Next to Showcase Diamond Jewelers.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
4:47 left to go. Madison Fear is into the game for Southeast of Saline. Also, Emily Mears into the game. Kniper taking a rest for Southeast. Actually, Emily Mears did not check in that last exchange. She's still on the bench. So it's Slazner, Tilburg, Fear, Molly Chitty, and Keely Orr. That last possession for Southeast was a traveling violation. And now a foul will be called against the Lady Trojans here on their home floor. It'll go against Keely Orr. First team foul for Southeast of Saline. 7-5 Southeast, 4.5 minutes left to go here, opening quarter. With the basketball, Savannah Hellebust for Ellsworth. She dumps it off inside. Here's a shot put up by Jay Talbot. That's no good. Southeast with the rebound, off and running. Tilburg inside. Has a streaker down the lane. It's Molly Chitty. Molly brought the basketball down by her waist, and now she is tied up, and it will be alternate arrow. All the Southeast players walking off, but the arrow in their favor. They'll keep it underneath their own basket.
That was a great pass. Molly just got to be able to keep it up top and go straight up and not bring it down where the guards can get down on her.
Don't bring it below your shoulders, right? That's the rule. Here's Tilburg now off the inbounds. She'll hit a 3. It's Southeast of Saline's second tray of the first quarter, and now they are all of a sudden out by 5. And Ellsworth will throw it away. 5 turnovers for the Bearcats, and Southeast of Saline up 10-5. Full court pressure again. Maddie Fear will bring it across the timeline. Dribbles into a trap. Now gets hammered from behind. The ball squirts out of bounds, and it will stay with Southeast of Saline. 3:57 left to go here first quarter.
You'd like to see him push the ball up the floor just a little bit and not pick it up right there in kind of no man's land right there past half court.
Sounds so cliche, but you need to have the ball in the middle against this press, don't you? It seems like all their traps are forming on the sidelines. Inside now, an entry pass by Tilburg, and Meredith Tilburg's off to a good start. She just fed Molly Chitty for her second bucket of the night. 2 assists and 5 points here early on from the junior Tilburg. 12-5 now our score. Southeast starting to pull away here early in this one. Inside, one-on-one opportunity. Tenbrink trying to score against Molly Chitty. She does. Molly never got close to her as Tenbrink was able to step around and elevate over the top. 4 points for Lakin Tenbrink. That cuts the Southeast lead down to 5, and now Madison Fear gets whistled with a traveling violation.
Going to be a good matchup inside between Tenbrink and Chitty this whole game, going going the high low down on one end to trying to work Tinbrick down in the middle and get her the ball.
Shaylee Leiker into the game for Ellsworth. Now they throw it away, and boy, the turnover buck has just really bitten Ellsworth here in about the last 3 or 4 possessions. They have 6 turnovers here in this quarter.
A little over halfway through the first, and we're double-digit turnovers combined between the two teams already.
Southeast of Saline with it. Working it to the goal. Furthest from their bench here as we work through the first half. Tilburg will fire another 3. That one an air ball, no good. Maddie Fear, though, in there to get the rebound. She's going to flip it up to Madeline Blake. Blake can't get that one to go. May have been partially blocked from behind. And now here comes Ellsworth the other way. It looks like they're going to stop play. It looked like we may have had an injured Bearcat. Somebody got poked in the eye. Sarah Klein will go to the bench. So they will re-enter Brenna Pruitt for the first time.
She came down off with that rebound and took an elbow right to the side of the face. Obviously incidental.
12-7, a 5-point lead for Southeast of Saline. 2:41 left to go. Tenbrink all the way out away from the basket. She's 5 feet behind the 3-point line. Now she'll swing it to the top of the circle to Hannah Wilson. Wilson opened this game with a 3-pointer at the top of the key. Tenbrink now takes one drive, puts up a shot that misses badly. Slazner with the long rebound. Here comes Carson up the floor, passing to Madeline Blake, down on the block. Madeline turns, can't score, but Maddie Fear gets the rebound on the backside. Now she's hammered. She'll go to the free throw line for the first free throws of the contest. It's a second team foul on the Bearcats, and it will go against Brenna Pruitt.
Good job pushing the ball on the misses and even coming off the dead balls off the turnover for Southeast, getting it up, pushing it up, and finding the open player coming running right down the middle of the floor.
Maddie Fear from the free throw line this season, 69%. She misses her first free throw. Keely Orr into the game after a brief rest. She will give Molly Chitty a break with 2:21 left to go first quarter. Southeast leads it by 5. Southpaw free throw from Maddie Fear is up and good. She got 1 out of 2. Now Southeast up by half dozen. 13-7 is our score. Three-quarter court pressure now. A half-court trap for Southeast of Saline. Ellsworth trying to dribble around it. And it's going to be a blocking foul against Maddie Fear.
Got to get over and cut off the sideline. It was good defense to draw him right to where you wanted him to go, but you gave her just enough space where she could squeak by.
Kind of bailed her out there with that foul, didn't they? Ellsworth now will inbound right in front of the scorer's table. Up top, Tenbrink with the basketball. She swings it through up high. Now a hand-checking foul will be called. So the big one for Southeast of Saline. It's on Keely Orr, and it'll be her second. We found out against the Sacred Heart Lady Knights, one person that Southeast of Saline can very rarely afford to get in foul trouble is Keely Orr. She'll have to go to the bench here with 2 minutes left in the first quarter with her second foul. Team foul number 3 for Southeast. Ellsworth up top. Long pass out beyond the 3-point line to Sydney Wilson. Now they go in low. Pruitt, nothing there. Southeast in a 2-3 zone off that inbounds play. Now they're going to throw it away. Deflection by Mears, pick up by Slazner. Carson all the way down the floor. On the left-hand side, got herself in a bad spot. Maybe took one too many dribbles. And now Ellsworth is going to dribble back the other way. Coast to coast, and a block by Molly Chitty. She says, thank you very much, and that's one thing Molly does very well. Not only does she get the block, Russ, but she keeps custody of the basketball.
I mean, that was great defensive position there, running beside her and go straight up and just swat it right out of her hands.
Each team now has 6 turnovers. The Southeast turns it over again. Ellsworth setting up on offense. She traveled with the basketball on the right-hand side. Did the Bearcats. It looks like that was Kinsey Strode. Tilburg had a brief rest. She'll come back in. So it's going to be Molly Chitty, Madeline Blake, whose minutes now are huge, with Keely Orr on the bench. Long pass down to Molly. She gets to the cup. Can't get it to score. Gets her own rebound. Just cushion those stats a little, Molly Chitty. Get you another offensive rebound and 2 more points. Now it's an 8-point Southeast of Saline lead.
Caught him sleeping on that inbounds there on the sideline. Molly was wide open down on the block. That was a great pass down the court. Great vision.
Ellsworth now trying to get that one back. Down on offense. Pruitt trying to score on Molly Chitty. She gives it up now, back up top. Now they get it down low. Shot that hits the bottom of the rim, then goes out of bounds. It will stay with Ellsworth. The shot from Nicole Hazy hit the bottom of the rim.
Really impressed with that Southeast 2-3 zone right here. You know, really containing everything and not giving them anything easy.
you have a rim regulator, somebody protecting that basket like Molly Chitty, it gives the 4 people around her a chance to gamble a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Inside a minute left to go, first quarter, 45 seconds left to go. Ellsworth with the basketball. They trail by 8. Here's a pass to the left-hand side of the Ellsworth offense. Now back near side. Ball up over the head. Now they skip it through. Three-pointer for the Bearcats on the way off the back heel. No good. Good block out by Slazner. Now Carson has it in her hands with 24 seconds left to go. Up the floor, left-hand wing to Tilburg. Tilburg skips through the defense. Madison Fear now has it on the right-hand side. Southeast may want to reset here. They do. Slazner will bring it back out, and they'll play for the last shot of the quarter. Clock down to 10. Slazner fires a pass to Maddie Fear on the right-hand side. Now Blake has it in the corner. Back out to Slazner with 5 on the clock. Now to Fear. Three-pointer on the way. Rolling around the rim. Won't go. Molly Chitty with the rebound at the buzzer, and it won't go. And Southeast of Saline, a good possession to end the quarter. They can't score, but they still lead by 8. 15-7. Southeast of Saline leading the Ellsworth Bearcats here at home. We'll be back with second quarter action after this. You're listening to Lady Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Area athletes and even weekend warriors have a big home field advantage. Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. Working with athletes of every level to help prevent injuries or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. You can count on Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic to get you back in the game. Led by orthopedic surgeon Dr. Timothy Hawks and sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists, Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic supports 5 area high schools, providing their athletes the highest quality, most timely care. At the school, on the field, or in our clinic, we're ready wherever and whenever you need us to help you get back in the game and keep you in the game. Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. The home field advantage starts here. Visit us at salinaregionalsportsmedicine.com.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Stands filling up nicely here during this girls contest here at Southeast of Saline. Ellsworth on campus, 15-7. As we enter the second quarter of the girls contest. Devin Haney along with Russ Kossel, Big Sam Producing and Engineering, back at the KINA studios in Salina. Ellsworth still looking inside, might have got away with another travel call there. They already had 8 turnovers through that first quarter, and now here is your traveling violation. This one whistled against Brenna Pruitt for turnover number 9.
You know, they say the basketball doesn't lie when it travels around. It looked like they got away with 2 there and didn't get away with the third one at the top.
Full court pressure again by Ellsworth. Southeast has been pretty good against this pressure. Had a couple slip-ups, but most of the time they're going right to the rim. Here's Tilburg. She'll drive to the paint. Puts a shot up. That's no good. Madeline Blake in there working hard for the rebound. She can't contain it, and it will go out of bounds off her fingertips back to the Bearcats. 30 seconds in. Don't forget at halftime we will have Bryson Flax come talk to us about another Trojan victory. That was the last game of the Sterling tournament, where Southeast on the boys' side able to defeat the host team in Sterling. Bearcats now dealing with a half-court trap from Southeast of Saline. Boy, right now the Lady Trojans of Southeast flying around on defense. There's a shot by Ellsworth, and they're going to drain it. There's a crack in that pressure, and it was taken advantage of by Nicole Hazy, her first basket of the day.
The first breakdown I've seen from the zone this whole first half.
Now Southeast nearly turns it over in the middle of the floor, but Morgan Kniper there to chase it down. They play it off to Slazner. Carson all the way to the cup, got fouled, and the freshman will go to the free throw line after she got around Molly Chitty, who was setting a nice little seal down low on the block.
Big foul there for Brenna Pruitt. That would be her second early in the second quarter here.
First free throw by Slazner, up and good. Third team foul on Ellsworth. Slazner in the fourth quarter against Hugoton last Friday at the Sterling tournament went 6 of 6 from the free throw line. She gets them both here. 5 points early on for Carson Slazner. Now into the game, Mallory Pearson. We saw Mallory enter a contest in Sterling for a little bit. Now here's another steal by Southeast. Slazner takes it away and gets a left-handed layup. Carson Slazner scores 4 in a row. All of a sudden, it's a 10-point Southeast of Saline lead. Southeast still pressuring the basketball. Ellsworth having trouble getting it out of there. Boy, that got really close to a 10 count there, but Ellsworth got it down underneath the basket now to Pruitt. Pruitt's shot is up. No good. Rebound, Slazner. Here comes the freshman. Racing up the middle of the floor. She'll go left-hand side to Tilburg. Meredith now back to the middle. Madeline Blake open up top, but she's in three-point land. She'll give it up to Pearson. Pearson over on the right-hand side. Southeast swinging around. Looking for somebody to open. Try to get it inside to Madeline Blake, and they turn it over. 7 turnovers there for Southeast of Saline. 10 so far for Ellsworth. 5:47 left to go. It's a 10-point Southeast of Saline lead. Shot up on the right-hand side by Pruitt. That's no good. Pearson with the rebound on the backhand side. 2 freshmen on the floor right now for Southeast. One of them has the basketball. It's Slazner. She pulls up on the right-hand side. Bangs that one off the board really hard. Tilburg gets the rebound. Madeline Blake has the rebound. And now Blake's shot is blocked. Boy, a missed opportunity there, the rust by Southeast.
Huge missed opportunity. Had 2 wide open at the bucket, one from each side. One hit the backboard, passed it right to the other one, and then they threw it right back and forth to each other till Ellsworth came down with the rebound. Another turnover here by Ellsworth.
11 for the Bearcats. Southeast unable to capitalize on these turnovers, though, here lately. See what they can do on this trip. The 2 freshmen up top, Pearson and Slazner. They'll play left-hand side now to Tilburg.
Pass.
She floats a pass into Molly Chitty. And Molly not even turning really the correct way when you look at it on a drop step value. She turned back into the middle of the paint, but there was nobody there, and she was able to score 2, and that'll prompt a timeout by Ellsworth. Molly Chitty leading the way. She has 8 points. Carson Slazner so far with 7, and a full timeout by Ellsworth. Southeast of Saline leads it 21-9. It's Lady Trojan basketball here on KINA.
Family, integrity, service, and opportunity. These are the guiding values that drive our company. That's what makes us different at United Capital Management. We know your history, your family. We celebrate with you and support you during life's many events. It's more than money. It's about relationships we can build for years and years. Let us customize a plan specific for you so that you can pursue your goals. Call 785-823-7900 or visit ucmofkansas.com to speak with an advisor and learn firsthand what UCM can do for you.
PRP, or platelet-rich plasma injection therapy, has received quite a bit of attention since its use by many professional athletes. Professional football players like Peyton Manning and Des Bryant have used PRP therapy for sports injuries and to avoid surgery. But you don't have to be a world-class athlete with millions of dollars for this cutting-edge therapy. PRP is available to you in the Salina Pain Clinic. Call the doctors for a consultation and see if this treatment is right for you. See them at 200 South 5th in the Salina Surgical Arts Center.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
4:48 left to go here before halftime. Southeast leading by 12. It's 21-9. And another turnover right out of the timeout by Ellsworth. Boy, they're just killing themselves right now. 12 turnovers and 9 points. And Tilburg with it down along the baseline. A nice defensive play there by Tinbrink. She blocks the basketball, and the shot didn't have a chance there. Then it's picked up and taken away by Jay Talbot for the Bearcats. Over to the right-hand side, Liker has it. Back and forth dribble on Madison Fear. Man-to-man defense this time by Southeast of Saline. Inside, Bearcats with the basketball. A shot put up, that's no good. Rebound on the backside by Hasey. Another shot put up by Ellsworth. Another shot, no good. And Molly Chitty with the basketball. Southeast wants to run. Down underneath the basket. Keely Orr gets the score. Boy, that was a beautiful fast break. It went from Slazner to Tilburg to Keely Orr down low, and Keely gets her first basket of the game.
I mean, got it up the floor quick with Molly getting a rebound and kicking it out to a guard and getting it up the floor in a hurry.
Wild shot now on the right-hand side off the wing. It's by Tinbrink. That's no good. Here's Slazner again running. Carson, little stutter step, gets into traffic, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound squirts out. It's on the floor. 2 players from each team, both going at it, a total of 4. And this time we'll have to go to the table to separate this one. The arrow in favor of Southeast of Saline.
You look at the score right now. We're 23-9 with 3:37 left in the second. Southeast, they're up right now, but they got to figure out a way to capitalize off these 12 turnovers to figure out how to come out with more runouts to get off of these turnovers.
Yeah, they really haven't done that great of a job responding to the turnovers. Now, Tilburg says, I see your turnover, and I got 3 more. Here's 8 points now for Meredith Tilburg, her second three-pointer of the evening. 26-9 the score. Ellsworth now a mid-lane jump shot. That's a good shot up and in. Taken by Jade Talbot, her first basket of the day.
Seems like they're going to have to make them 8 to 15 footers because Molly, just her presence inside, they just don't want to come down there.
Southeast now looking at the last 3 minutes of the half. Again, Bryson Flax will join us at halftime. Talk about Southeast guys basketball. Shot put up in the middle of the lane by Molly Chitty. She was dead away center of the paint. That's going to miss, and Ellsworth will pull it away. See if the Bearcats can get a little run going here. And a silly foul by Keely Orr. That is huge because that is number 3 on the junior. Big
foul there on Keely. You don't like to see that being 18 feet away from the basket, and it's hard to say, but it's just lazy defense and tired defense trying to come over the top from behind them at the high post.
So Madeline Blake will re-enter the contest. Also back in there, Mallory Pearson in the game. Carson Slazner's out for the first time. I was joking with Carson at the Sterling tournament, or about Carson on the air. She came out of the game because she tweaked her ankle a little bit. Once she worked out the tweak, she wouldn't go back in the game, and she just ran off the bench onto the court because she's not used to checking into the game. She never comes out.
Yeah, that's something you're not. If you're not used to, I guess I can understand why you just run out there.
She's come out in a couple of blowouts where Southeast has been ahead, but I don't think she's ever had to re-enter a game like that. She got a little too excited. Here's another turnover by Ellsworth. Now a Baker's dozen full of turnovers for the Bearcats, who trail 26-11. 2.5 minutes left to go before halftime. Addison Fear with the basketball. She crosses the timeline and throws it in the backcourt, but it's deflected, says the official. Now back up top of the circle. Meredith Tilburg trying to thread the needle and get it into Madeline Blake. It's going to be taken away by the Bearcats. Turnover number 8 for Southeast of Saline, but only 2 in this quarter. Bearcats working the ball around. They go inside to Lincoln Tinbrink. Now back out for a three-pointer. That rims off no good. Good box out there by Molly Chitty. 2 minutes left to go. Left-hand side, Maddie Fear with it. Tilburg now, Chitty now ends up on the right-hand side after everybody touches it to Pearson. Mallory Pearson with it. To Maddie Fear. 3-guard dribble weave now coming up for Southeast of Saline. Pearson now left-hand side to Fear. She takes 2 dribbles to her left, three-pointer on the way. That's no good. Battle for the rebound on the backside is going to be won by Ellsworth and Lakin Tinbrink.
Like to see them work it around in that zone there, and Molly just maybe seal on the backside on a skip pass coming back to the top of the key. It appears to be open. Another block by Molly.
Molly inside. Tinbrink looked like she had a free pass to the basket off the give and go, and Chitty there to knock it away. Southeast now will call a 30-second timeout. Looks like they want to substitute. Coming up, Anya Pohl will come into the game along with Emily Mears. Carson Slazner will re-enter as well after this 30-second timeout. 79 seconds left to go. More Lady Trojan basketball after this on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of the 2 convenient locations in Salina and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and their second location next to Joann Fabrics in the Central Mall. Salina, based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
1:19 left to play here, first half. Southeast of Saline with a comfortable lead that they've built here in the first 2 quarters, up 26-11. They have the basketball. Slazner, Anya Pohl. Inside, they go to Anya. Her shot is up, may have been partially deflected. A lot of contact down low, and Ellsworth's going to pull the basketball away. Here's Tinbrink off the rebound, wants to go coast to coast. She gets to the left elbow, kicks it out for 3. That one misses off the front of the rim. Emily Mears picks it up. Mears now off the left-hand side of the floor as she works the Southeast of Saline offense. She'll play it out to Slazner. Step back 3. That one's short, no good. And Ellsworth with the rebound. 47 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Ellsworth up the floor. Tinbrink inside. May have a mismatch there, and she takes advantage of it over Madeline Blake.
I mean, great recognition by Ellsworth to get the ball to Tinbrink on the mismatch down low right there.
26-13. Southeast of Saline looking now at an Ellsworth extended zone defense. Tilburg gets inside. Mid-lane jumper off the window is good. 10 points in the first half for Meredith Tilburg.
Just exactly what you and I were talking about in the timeout. I told you somebody's got to look to go to the high post, and there she was driving to the high post and got it wide open because nobody's there.
in the middle of a zone defense that has a tendency to tear it apart. That's exactly what Tilburg did there. Now Anya Pohl will come out. Molly Chitty will re-enter for this last possession for Southeast. 10 seconds left on the clock. Slazener across the timeline with 9. Now to Mears. Mears looking to the right. Now she looks down left. Wants to force it into Molly Chitty. She somehow gets it to her, and Southeast scores at the end of the second quarter. A good look by Emily Mears. I don't know how she got that ball into the lap of Molly Chitty, but she did, and Molly was able to score right at the buzzer. 30-13, our score.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
30-13, Southeast of Saline leads it here. Russ, I'm going to put you on the spot here a little bit. Your keys for Southeast of Saline as they start the second half with the basketball.
Capitalize off turnovers, get the high low to work down into Molly.
Pretty simple, isn't it?
Sounds simple.
Keep the foot on the accelerator. Right now they lead 30-13. Here's a score on the Salina Ortho scoreboard. Hutch Trinity right now leading Sacred Heart in girls play 30-13. Now a shot up that goes all the way around the rim by Molly Chitty. That one took a tour of the cylinder, went 2 times around the rim, and it eventually fell in. Far too often it seems like you see those shots fall out, but Ellsworth is going to answer right back. And a basket by Jay Talbot, her second.
A rare possession by each team there coming out. Started just like we started the game, on fire, going 1 for 1 right there. We'll see if they can keep it on the accelerator here.
That's exactly what it reminded me of, is the way that we started this game. Here's Slazener now knifing her way inside, hard off the window. That won't go. Rebound inside by Tenbrink. A minute into the third quarter, 32-15. Southeast of Saline, this is their biggest lead of the game thus far. It was their halftime lead. Southeast playing man-to-man defense. Keely Orr out there to start the third quarter, even though she has 3 fouls. Here's a turnaround shot that's up no good. Rebound on the backside being fought for by teammates Chitty and Kniper. Molly will secure the rebound, and Carson Slazener brings it up the floor. Slazener now starts out right. Now she swings it back left to Tilburg. Tilburg, a lob pass over the defense. Ellsworth still playing that zone. Here's Kniper, an open baseline jump shot. She drains it. Morgan Kniper's been quiet on offense as of late, but she drained that jumper from the left-hand side.
Great read there on the point-to-corner pass there. She was wide open. The post defender was caught sleeping.
Here's another block by Molly Chitty inside. Ellsworth going down the floor. Hellebus thought she had an open layup, and Molly there to deny. Back the other way. Keely Orr, pump fake. She can't score, and the rebound will be taken in by Tenbrink. 6 minutes left to go. 34-15. Ellsworth here with the basketball, but they're in danger of going down by 20. Tenbrink brought the basketball down. Tilburg had her tied up, but then Lakin ripped it out of her hands. Ellsworth still in control. Working from left to right on their offensive set. Couple of dribbles towards the top of the key. Now into Talbot. She'll stop and pop from 12. That's no good. Keely Orr with the rebound. Looked like she stepped on somebody's foot, and she fell down for a traveling violation.
Tough there. She really stepped on her own feet coming down. She got a little tangled up trying to get around a girl and crossed up her feet and got tangled up and went down.
It is Maddie Fear, Madeline Blake, and Emily Mears all into the game for Southeast of Saline. Early substitutions here for Shauna Smith. Slazener and Chitty will stay out there. With the basketball up top, Hellebust has it now over to the left-hand side for a shot put up by Sydney Wilson. And a foul will be called on Southeast of Saline as they go for the rebound. The foul will go against Molly Chitty. It is just her first.
They say long shots lead to long rebounds, and it traveled to the long side there and had no box out on the backside, just kind of stuck in no man's land right there.
Hannah Wilson at the free throw line. This will be the first free throw attempt of the game for Ellsworth, and Wilson will sink it. She has 4. Second free throw. Short, no good. Picked up by Madison Fear. Here comes Southeast on the sideline break. Up the left-hand sideline. They dump it off down low to Madeline Blake. A couple of dribbles towards the baseline. They're going to say she traveled with it. Second straight turnover for Southeast of Saline. And Southeast, as aggressive as what they are, Russ, they only had 14 fouls in that first half. 3 of them, though, belong to Keely Orr.
Yeah, really great zone defense. They're playing like a 1-2-2 full court press, dropping back into the 2-3 zone, and really playing fundamental defense.
Here's a shot put up from the keyhole by Ellsworth. That's no good. Tenbrink had a chance to put it back in. That's no good. Now Molly Chitty will clear the glass for Southeast of Saline. Fear on the right-hand sideline. Now they're going to swing it all the way around. It's up on the opposite side of the floor. On the offense to Emily Mears. Skip pass back to the near side. Right in front of the Southeast F. Saline bench. Slazner looking inside for Madeline Blake. Madeline had to fish that one out from hitting the baseline. She does. Southeast saves it, approaching the halfway mark of the third quarter already. Mears with it, dumps it off inside. Didn't have enough on that pass. Ellsworth's going to come out. Mears was looking inside for Molly Chitty, and that pass is slapped out. Now a tie-up in the arrow in favor of Ellsworth.
She knew where she was going with that. Molly had her sealed on the backside, but she got ahead of herself a little bit. Didn't catch the ball and get enough on it to get it down to her.
Meredith Tilburg back into the game. Tilburg playing well here in this game. 10 first-half points. Talbot over to Lakin Tenbrink, and a foul called on Molly Chitty. Boy, that's the best offense and the best press break we've seen all night from the Bearcats.
Actually, the first time the whole night they broke the press and got it up the floor before Southeast got back, and Molly was the only one back there. Maybe a hit and miss foul, but none of the other. It was a foul, and she picks up 2 quick ones in the third quarter.
Now 2 fouls for Molly Chitty. Also the second team foul. Tenbrink with the free throw, trying to complete the three-point play, and she cannot. Morgan Kniper with the rebound for Southeast. Slazner up across the half-court stripe, now left-hand side of the offense for Southeast of Saline. Slazner gets it back from Tilburg. Kniper now on the right wing. Back to Slazner. Tilburg looking inside at Molly Chitty. She's double-teamed, and Southeast here with 4 turnovers in the third quarter. Ellsworth doesn't have one yet. 34-18. Southeast of Saline leading. Ellsworth working through on offense, and now they turn it over. Trying to lob pass inside to Talbot. And now to compound things, after their first turnover of the half, they're going to have a foul on Lakin Tenbrink, her first.
You know, there you come out and say Ellsworth hasn't turned the ball over yet, and just like that, Southeast forces a turnover, and just a frustration foul there, you know, making a bad pass and not really being smart on the way coming down the court.
Madeline Blake will check out. Keely Orr back in. Let's keep an eye on Keely. She has 3 fouls. Up top of the circle. Now she'll swing it left-hand side to Slazner. Zone defense still being applied here by Ellsworth. Slazner operating the basketball right now. Really good ball movement from Southeast against this zone. Kniper had it on the right-hand side. Molly Chitty had a one-on-one inside, but Kniper was in a trap. Now they get it back over to Morgan. She'll fire a 3. That's no good. Keely Orr fighting for a rebound. That's going to squirt free right into the lap of Morgan Kniper, and she can't get it to go in the middle of the paint. Here comes Ellsworth off and running with 3:09 left to go in the third quarter. Three-pointer, top of the circle on the kick-out. That's no good. Slazner with the block out and the rebound. Outlet pass to Tilburg, who comes up the right-hand sideline. Southeast trying to settle in here on offense. Ellsworth has been pretty faithful to that zone defense the whole night. Here's Molly Chitty inside. Shot up and good. And it really doesn't matter what you do. They're probably in a zone. That might be their core defense, but they're probably also afraid to play man-to-man because of what Molly Chitty might do. But here you are playing a zone all night, Russ, and you still giving up 14 points.
I like to see what Shauna did there. That she switched them up and brought Keely down to the bottom and Molly up to the top. And like we talked about in the first half, that soft spot in that 2-3 zone is where the elbow is on a weak side skip pass, and it's right there, and they hit Molly in one dribble and just right up. Nice little bunny.
Elena Yanakopoulos into the game now for Southeast of Saline. She will be the 3rd freshman to enter the contest in this game. Is a little bit of a lead here. Coach Smith has the luxury of going into her bench and getting some of these youngsters some much-needed, valuable varsity time. I think people realize how big it is for freshmen to get into a varsity game, Russ. No matter what classification of school you are, that's how you build a program.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get your young kids in. And when you have a lead like this of 18, you know, late in the third quarter, it's a good time to bring young kids in because the pace of the game is still fast, and get them accustomed to what the game is going to be like when they get older.
And they're still playing against the varsity players and starters for Ellsworth.
Exactly.
Under 2 minutes left to go here, third quarter, 36-18. Slazner unleashes a 3. That one's no good. Tenbrink down low, gets the rebound. There's a nice class of freshman ladies here at Southeast of Saline. Of course, you've seen Carson Slazner all season long, starting all 12 games for Southeast of Saline, but now you see some of her mates start coming up through, and now they're getting minutes. And the depth is something that Southeast of Saline desperately needs to build. There's a jump ball situation now. We'll go to the table again to split this one. The arrow in favor of Southeast.
You like to see that. We just talked about the freshmen coming down the floor, and I was worried about in a 2-3 zone if they, maybe would be a little, lackadaisical, not being able to up with the pace of the game. But right there was two of them on the floor diving for the ball right there. That was really impressive to see.
Yanakopoulos appearing in her third varsity game this year so far. 36-18. Southeast has Ellsworth doubled up. Now Madeline Blake trying to hit a streaker on the inside. Looked like she was looking for Anya Pohl, and it's going to be turnover number 5 for the Lady Trojans. 73 seconds left to go here, third quarter, 36-18. Southeast leading, and Ellsworth just throws it away.
Went back. I think they caught them off guard there. It looked like they were playing zone, and then all of a sudden Southeast just busted out, and everybody grabbed a man, and just nobody home on that pass.
Yanakopoulos with it on the right wing. They're going to swing it around. Maddie Fear's open. Now short corner to the baseline to Blake. She's double teamed. Skip pass over the top. Yanakopoulos for 3. She can't get it to go. It's going to be saved by Fear into the hands of Anya Pohl. And now a battle for the rebound. Madeline Blake got it, but then she is whistled for a traveling violation. She smacks the ball in frustration.
I really like to see that baseline drive and getting to the other side of the backboard and knowing that the skip pass back to the backside wing is wide open. Just unfortunate luck there going into the basket.
42 seconds left to go here, third quarter, 36-18. Nice little secondary break there off the press from Ellsworth. They put a shot up, no good, but they got their own rebound as one Bearcat hit the floor to save that one. Hustle points there for Ellsworth. Give and go now inside. Talbot will score again. Jade Talbot with 4 points in the quarter, 6 for the game. 36-20.
Good ball movement there coming around. It hit all 4 guards coming around, and she just followed the ball around the, around the block, free throw line to the other block, and sealed it right off.
Worked it from the outside in, ended up with a layup, down to under 10. We're rounding out the end of the third quarter. Slazner over to Maddie Fear. Three-pointer on the way. That's too strong, no good. Still has a chance to get it, but Ellsworth's going to scoop up the rebound, and that will be the end of the quarter. 36-20, our score. We are at the end of 3 here in the ladies' contest. Fourth and final quarter coming up. Southeast of Saline leads it by 16 right here on KINA.
Area athletes and even weekend warriors have a big home field advantage. Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. Working with athletes of every level to help prevent injuries or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. You can count on Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic to get you back in the game. Led by orthopedic surgeon Dr. Timothy Hawks and sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists, Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic supports 5 area high schools, providing their athletes the highest quality, most timely care. At the school, on the field, or in our clinic, we're ready wherever and whenever you need us to help you get back in the game and keep you in the game. Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. The home field advantage starts here. Visit us at salinaregionalsportsmedicine.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Devin Haney along with Russ Kossel. Also, Big Sam Pretty producing and engineering. Southeast of Saline basketball right here on KINA. Want to remind you, we will be back here at home on Tuesday. The Saline County Showdown, last game of January. That seems weird to say. And a Kansas Day celebration with the Sacred Heart Knights. That'll be a fun game coming up on Tuesday. Southeast girls here with 1 quarter left to finish against the Sacred Heart Lady Bearcats, 36-20. They take a lead into the fourth quarter. Ellsworth trying a long pass, and then Keely Orr smacks it out of bounds. It will stay, though, with Ellsworth just 10 seconds into the fourth quarter. Ellsworth off the inbounds. Hasey looking at the three-pointer, but not able to launch. Now plays it inside for a shot that's up and missed.
Good defense there by Keely Orr, knowing she has three fouls, went straight up and made the offender go around her, and she was unable to score.
Kniper on the left-hand side. She's out there with Slazner. Tilburg, Orr, and Chitty. Your starting 5 on the floor for Southeast of Saline. 7:23 left to go. High-low right now, and Morgan Kniper is going to have it taken away by Lakin Tenbrink. That is turnover number 7 already for Southeast of Saline in this half. There's a shot put up off the back of the rim. That's no good. Rebound taken in by Tilburg.
You'd like to see Southeast run a little offense here with a 16-point lead. It looks like Ellsworth is down now in a 3-2 zone, so you'd like to see somebody in the short corner just like that to kick it up to Molly.
Tilburg drove baseline. She got it mid-lane to Molly Chitty. Backside rebound by Keely Orr. She is fouled, and she will go to the line. We haven't seen many free throws tonight. That's why this game's moving so quickly. Not even at 7 o'clock yet. We're about done with this one. But 4 free throw attempts for Southeast in this game, just 3 for Ellsworth. So Keely Orr will go to the line here after the foul called on the Lady Bearcats. And Keely's first free throw is up and good. She has 3.
What I'm impressed with Keely, seeing her for my first time, is knowing she has 3 fouls and how aggressive she still is to get the rebound, knowing how smart to play.
She's a strong individual, too. Plays probably a lot bigger than what she really is. Listed at 5'7". Got the first one, missed the second one. 37-20 is our score. Biggest lead for Southeast of Saline, 19 points. That was early in the third quarter. Ellsworth started this game out leading 3-0. Here's Tenbrink, tries to score. Molly Chitty on the block. A whistle coming from the baseline official. And Molly Chitty, turning around with a smile on her face, looks at her coach. You can tell by her body language she was not a fan of that call. That is foul number 3.
No, she, I might have to agree with her here, but I mean, nonetheless, it was called. Be smart. Now you got 3, and Keely's got 3. Now I know you're sitting at a 17-point lead, early in the fourth quarter, but you still got to play discipline coming down the home stretch.
Molly has a handful of blocks already tonight. Second free throw up by Tenbrink after she missed the first, and she missed them both. And now a dual possession situation between Jade Talbot and Molly Chitty. This time the arrow will be in favor of Southeast of Saline after Ellsworth started the quarter with the basketball. Slazner with Molly Chitty riding in her co-pilot seat on the left-hand side. Those two come up, they'll start the offense. Right-hand side to Tilburg. Now they whistle Molly Chitty for a traveling violation. Turnover number 8.
I mean, really an unforced one there. Ellsworth come back and went man-to-man that trip down the floor. And Tenbrink was 20 feet away from her, just letting her have it up there. So just a tough play right there.
Ellsworth wants a timeout. We'll take it as well. 30 seconds, and then back for more Lady Trojan basketball. Southeast leads at 37-20 right here on KINA.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Don't forget it's Friday. That means after our broadcast tonight, coming up at 10 o'clock here on KINA, we will have the high school basketball scoreboard show along the Kansas Information Network right here on KINA. Nick Gosnell and the guys will get you all up to date on all the high school basketball scores across the state of Kansas. Also, hear game wraps from select games, including this one. Runs from 10 until 11 o'clock, and it's right here on KINA, brought to you by Salina Surgical Hospital and also Bennett Buick GMC. There's an entry pass inside to Lakin Tenbrink. She's going to be fouled before she has a chance to shoot. Foul on the floor. It'll be an inbounds for Ellsworth underneath her own basket. It'll foul on Meredith Tilburg, just her first.
Yeah, a little slow rotation getting around there on the ball reversal.
Ellsworth will inbound up top of the circle. 2 guards splitting the center of the court. They go back to the first player that touched the ball. That's Sydney Wilson. Now a turnover for Ellsworth. Slazner has it in her hand. She'll slam on the brakes before she crosses the 3-point line. And now work from her left to right over in front of the Southeast bench and has a ball slapped out of bounds. That it'll be out of bounds on Shaylee Leiker. Double high post now.
Ellsworth back in man-to-man. See if they're trying to work the high-low between Keely and Molly. We'll see if they can find one of them.
There's Tilburg driving to the cup, and they're going to say moving screen on Molly Chitty. She had her back to the defender, and as Meredith Tilburg went driving by, she got a piece of the defender that was trying to guard Meredith Tilburg, and that's a point of emphasis this year, Russ. We see it not only in high school but also in college. You have to stay when you're screening within the frame of your body. You can't flare the arms or the shoulders or the hips out there to catch a piece of the defender, so to speak, when they come by.
The big deal is you got to make sure your feet aren't moving. I mean, you got to stay, centered up. If you're walling your defender off, you can't swivel to move and set a screen, because it's really an emphasis this year from the officials' meetings that I've been to, that what they want to work on.
Madeline Blake will get a foul now on the defensive end. That is her first personal foul, already team foul number 6 here on Southeast of Saline. So no free throws yet for Ellsworth, but they will be in the bonus now from here on out. Here's Tenbrink inside. Left-handed shot is up, no good. Keely Orr with the rebound. Keely and Madeline Blake will have to hold down that inside right now with Molly Chitty. All of a sudden, she like put it on acceleration mode to get in foul trouble there. She had no fouls at halftime. Now she has 4. A traveling call on Madeline Blake. Boy, she has really struggled with that tonight. That is the 3rd or 4th traveling violation on Madeline.
From what it looks like, she comes down and wants to go down low, but it becomes covered up, and she doesn't come to a jump stop so she can pivot. She just comes, to a walking stop, and then, you're in no man's land if nobody's there.
Going to 10 Brink does Ellsworth. Shot up, no good. Battle for the rebound on the backside. It'll be a Bearcat and a Lady Trojan coming down with it. The arrow at the table says it will stay with Ellsworth. And a timeout will be called here by Shauna Smith. 30 seconds. We'll step away. 4:46 left to go in this one. Southeast leads at 37-20 right here on KINA.
If you are in need of a fence, any kind of fence, do business with a local company that cares about quality. 3C Fence of Abilene installs and repairs wood privacy fence, metal fencing, gates and cattle corrals. 3C Fence also builds quality skid barns, calf barns and garages, residential decks, stairways and patios, as well as farm and ranch construction. 3C Fence of Abilene, professional, honest, and insured. Get a free estimate and see examples of their work by visiting 3C Fence on Facebook or 3cfence.com.
This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
We've played 3 minutes, 14 seconds of scoreboard time in the 4th quarter and still looking for our first field goal. Just a free throw by Southeast of Saline. That's our only points with 4:46 left to go in the game. Here's Talbot with a 3 off the inbound. She got enough backboard to not only make the basket go in, but get a big smile out of Jade Talbot. 9 points. She leads the way for Ellsworth.
Hey, it went in. At this point in the game and the shooting struggles that both teams have had this second half, you'll take about anything you can get.
Absolutely. Meredith Tilburg up top with the basketball, looking at a man-to-man defense here by Ellsworth. These two teams not only trying to close this game out strong, as Slazner pulls up on the right-hand baseline. She'll get one to go there. 9 points now for Carson. As I was saying, though, to finish that thought, not only are they trying to finish this game strong, but they still have another meeting left in Ellsworth. I'm sure a lot of testing going on right now, especially on the Ellsworth side, to see what exactly will work against this Southeast team. And without Molly Chitty in there right now, the man-to-man looks pretty good.
Ever since they went man-to-man early in this 4th quarter, it seemed to have worked. It got Molly into foul trouble in the 4th quarter as she picked up 2 quick ones.
Tilburg now nearly lost the basketball. Emily Mears has to chase it down near the timeline. Now has it knocked out of her hands. Now Ellsworth finally takes it away. Pruitt with it, but it's slapped out from behind by Tilburg. Slazner keeps it from going out of bounds and saves it back into the play without falling down on the baseline out of bounds.
You turn the ball over in the worst spot to pick the ball up coming across this timeline, and then a hustle play, make a mistake, make a play is what I always tell my kids. Make a mistake, make a play, and she did right there.
There's a weave inside now. Mears will hand it off to Maddie Fear, who's in there playing a post spot with Molly Chitty and Madeline Blake on the bench. Here's Tilburg driving. Lots of contact there after the rebound, and it will be a foul called on Maddie Fear. It'll be a 1-and-1 coming up here for Ellsworth. So Madison Fear gets her second personal. It's team foul number 7 for Southeast of Saline. To the free throw line will be Sydney Wilson. She has not scored, has not shot a free throw in this game. So far in this game as a team, Ellsworth is 1 of 5 from the free throw line. Front end of the 1-and-1 is up, and it's no good off the front of the iron. Rebound taken in by Yanakopoulos, who has re-entered the contest. She'll flip it to Slazner. Carson comes up, sets the offense, right-hand side to Tilburg. Now they go top of the circle. Keely Orr, she'll swing it left-hand side to Yanakopoulos. Now to Slazner. Couple of dribbles. She elevates for a jump shot. That's no good. A rebound underneath by 10 Brink. Shauna Smith looks down her bench. She'll put Molly Chitty back into the game. Next to Whistle, she will re-enter. Three-pointer, Bearcats, that's up no good. Nothing but white jerseys down low. Rebounding, Tilburg will take it for the Lady Trojans.
Shauna telling her girls to slow it down here. We got a comfortable lead. Let's run some offense. They've really been trying to work it to Keely Orr down low. She's been working real hard. Let's see if they can find her.
Maddie Fear in the keyhole. She'll take one dribble. Now she throws it away, looking for Keely Orr, but Keely double team. 11 turnovers in this half for Southeast of Saline. Ellsworth now whipping it around the perimeter. Now back after the ball reversal, a three-pointer on the way. That won't go, and Keely Orr with the rebound. She yanks it down for Southeast of Saline as we approach the 2-minute mark. 39-23 our score. Southeast of Saline led by 17 at halftime, and we just haven't really got much progress either way after that. A full timeout. We'll take it. 1:59 left to go. 39-23. Southeast leading Ellsworth here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of the 2 convenient locations in Salina and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and their second location next to Joann Fabrics in the Central Mall, Salina, based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
39-23. Stay with us in post-game. We will have not only scoring for you, but also a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game, and make the transition to game number 2 of our doubleheader. That's all coming up in post-game. It's brought to you by Abilene Car Sales on the west side of Abilene. Sales, service, even a car wash on Northwest 3rd Street, AbileneCarSales.com. Southeast of Saline takes the floor here. It's Yannikopoulos, Molly Chitty, Madison Fear, Meredith Tilburg, and Carson Slazner for the last 1:59. Southeast, a 16-point lead. Slazner with it. Man-to-man defense being applied here by Ellsworth. 1-4 high set for Ellsworth, and Slazner trying to lean in on the defender a little bit. There's some contact there, Russ, and I think Slazner was trying to lean in on that left shoulder. Ends up dribbling off of her right foot out of bounds.
I mean, yeah, trying to get a foul called there, leaned into her a little bit and just lost track of where she was at and looked down and dribbled off her foot out of bounds. Just a tough play there.
Ellsworth now working it around their perimeter. A 4-out-1 in offense. The pass and then cut through the lane. Here's a three-pointer launched left-hand side, no good, but a backside rebound will be taken in here by the Bearcats. That's Savannah Hellebust with the rebound. Now with the ball, Sydney Wilson, left-hand side. Free throw line extended, one dribble to the baseline. Now back up top. Ellsworth taking a lot of time here. Now a three-pointer that will be put up. That's no good from Sydney Wilson, and another rebound here from Carson Slazner. One thing I'm impressed with the freshman, you're getting to see her for the first time here, Russ, is the way she rebounds the basketball. She's not afraid to get in there and mix it up.
No, she attacks. There's no, as what we call, she would be playing top on the defense there, cherry picking, getting out, trying to get layups. She's right in there with them, crashing the boards.
Under a minute left to go here. Southeast of Saline looking for their second consecutive victory. A drive by Slazner, and she's in double digits with 11. 41-23. It's an 18-point advantage. And Southeast of Saline looking to crack the last 37 seconds here. Ellsworth, though, with the basketball. Tenbrink with it. She drives mid-lane, kicks it out for three. No good, Ellsworth, but another backside rebound by Hellebust for the Bearcats. She'll kick it out, and they'll reset. The official, in lieu of calling 3 seconds in the lane on Lakin Tenbrink, just told her to get out of the lane. I don't think he wants to stop this more than anybody else does. Hellebust now will put up a two-pointer, and Ellsworth calls a timeout. So a full timeout. Down by 16, 12.3 seconds left on the clock, 41-25. In this second half for both squads, a little bit ugly. I think this game got muddled up, probably more the way that Ellsworth wanted to come in here and play this game to begin with, but the work done by Southeast of Saline in the first two quarters, pretty much their cushion right now. They were up by 17 at the halftime break. They lead now by 16, and they're going to get a victory here. They're going to move on to 8-4.
I'm really impressed with the defense. From going 1-2-2 to 1-3-1 half court to dropping back to 2-3 to changing the man on an out-of-bounds play has really seemed to throw Ellsworth off. And, they've had a few open shots. They just haven't been able to knock them down. But the guard play at the top of that 2-3 zone with as small as they are and as quick as they're moving to get out on shooters in the second half alone has really impressed me.
Absolutely. Coming off of what was probably, I'm going to stop saying probably, what was their best performance of the year against Hugoton last Friday. This is good to see Southeast carry it on through here for a league victory. Southeast now handling full court pressure. Clock winding down. We're down under 2 seconds, 1 second, and that'll be the final buzzer. 41-25, our final score. Southeast of Saline gets the victory. The Lady Trojans move to 8-4 on the season. They pick up a league victory, now 3-3 in NCAA play. They will drop Ellsworth now down to 3-10 on the season. And in league play, Ellsworth moves to 2-4.